My name is Jonathan Ellihou. I'm the Worldwide Vice President for OWC. What we have here is about a 2009 MacBook Pro, and this illustrates what we're trying to do for this community. So what happens is a lot of people take their older laptop and they'll re-gift it to somebody else because it's aged a bit, it's not as fast as what it was, the batteries don't last, hard drives are small, and they just figure they can't upgrade a Mac. A lot of people will plug in a MacBook Pro thinking they're going to travel a lot and they just leave it at a desk, or they don't charge and discharge the battery, so the batteries do. So we created this battery, right, for this MacBook Pro. This is an internal SSD, the 6 gigabit connection. That'll do about 400 megabytes a second. It replaces the internal spinning disk drive, which was about 750 gigs. Right, so now it's almost 1 terabyte here. We took out the optical drive because a lot of people don't use DVDs anymore. Right, so if you want a DVD, you've got an external DVD. You have another way to get to that. Fact is that's taking up a lot of space. So now you have double the amount of space. So that we're going from 750 gigs to almost 2 terabytes in this system with an extended life battery and the RAM that we created specifically for this system. That's our RAM. These are our SSDs. That's our battery.
How much RAM have you got there?
8 gigs on there. You know, what we do is we figure out how much you can actually upgrade your system to. For the music community, right? Here is a Mac Pro, an older Mac Pro. Right? A lot of people think that they're slow or they're old or whatever it might be. I've got an SSD in here that'll do 1,400 megabytes a second internal. Right? We've created these mounts. All you gotta do is pull this out, put a few screws in, slide this back in. Slide this back in, and now you've got solid-state storage in your older Mac Pro, right? You can max out the RAM with our RAM. You can put in PCIe SSDs internally. You can add 2.5-inch SSDs in there and turn this into something that you don't have to throw away. As a matter of fact, in some cases, it's actually better than the newer Mac Pros. Then for people who are doing video, or if you're working with lots and lots of storage, you want some speed, we've got Thunderbolt storage with RAID technology built in. So this comes with our soft RAID software. There are 4 drives in here. You could put a partition on each one of these drives and have a RAID 0. But on the same drive set, have a RAID 5 as well for protection and speed. And one of the biggest things that I found with this community is this Envoy Pro Mini. They really love this Envoy Pro Mini. Why? Because this is an external SSD that's around your neck. What we realized is Apple's taking ports off computers. We've decided that we're going to put them all back, right? So we have 2 USB ports here, 3 USB 0.1 ports here, headphone jack, mic jack, FireWire, right?
800, yeah.
Yeah, FireWire 800. Who's putting FireWire on something that has Thunderbolt 2 on it here? So you've got the latest that's a speed technology that's available from Apple, and also FireWire 800 on here. And then gigabit and Ethernet, HDMI, so you got multiple monitors, you have multiple ways to connect the drives. It's got 2 chipsets built into it, so the signal stays stable. And the thing about this is, if you travel with that dock and you want some extra storage, right, you can put in a few of them in there, right? A lot of people are using bare drives. So what we did is we made this enclosure that has USB 3 and FireWire. You can pop in 2.5-inch drives or 3.5-inch drives. You could RAID them together. It's very light. It looks heavy. It's substantial.
Yeah.
But it's die-cast aluminum.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.